Hi, my name is Frank Burgel. These are my photographs, which consist of a series of two different approaches. One is a series of film stills, and the others are direct, what I call direct shots.
Is there a name for this series?
It's called Elevating the Mundane.
Okay.
Which is both Jeff, who is the other photographer in the show, and I, we basically take people from everyday life and so to speak, we look at the interesting parts that fall between the cracks. So these two here are from a film series, and what I do in addition to taking a photograph and manipulating the photograph, there's also material added to the photograph, and the whole image is then encapsulated in epoxy, which is also manipulated. So this gives it a three-dimensional quality and a very high impact kind of color effect because of the epoxy.
And you also add sand sometimes? Or?
Sometimes we add sand. These are sand bubbles, these are ashes. This gives us a lot of plasticity to the photo. This was shot in Venice, as was this one, where you can see, maybe not so much on the video, but you can see the flow of the epoxy, which creates this additional dimension.
Well, when you add the epoxy and sand, does that make it mixed media, or do you still say it's just?
I guess you could. I think you should call it
mixed media.
Indeed, yes. And it varies. Some have more, some have less.
Okay. And this piece over here.
This again is from a film still. It is a helicopter, but it creates this image of some kind of an insect with these barnacles on it, which are again created through sand, ashes, and the epoxy.
And you also have some over here, right?
Yes, we have some more over here. We have this eye here, which is probably, again, probably very hard to see the flow of the epoxy here with air bubbles embedded. This is a special technique.
Yeah, it
and
does.
The show continues over here.
Did you say air bubbles?
Air bubbles, yeah. The flattened air bubbles in here.
Okay.
Which is another film still. And here, which is actually one of my favorites.
What do you mean film still? I'm sorry.
These are from movies.
Oh, okay.
These are gaps in movies that I then transform by using the materials, manipulating the color, adding the epoxy, adding what other materials come in. This is again from a film still in a highly manipulated, highly pixelated, gives us this very, very strong color.
It's hard to tell what the source is, though, because it's so abstract.
Well, that is, I come really from a painting. I'm also a collector of paintings, and this is a way of doing it. I would call it a photo/painting combination. This is probably the one with the most material added, which hopefully will come through on the video. Gives it this tremendous effect of plasticity.
Extremely, very intricate, exciting work. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.